So kicking in where we left off last week. The players had left the initial forest they found themselves in, moving forward and a little further north as the snow continued to fall. They soon made it, in short effect, it's only about 300 feet, to the giant obsidian pillars that stood out before them. These interesting obsidian pillars, which I'll just pop a quick picture of to everyone so you can see and remember, had a stone statue at their base. When our players made it to said statue, they were ambushed and attacked upon investigating. But what really caught their attention about this statue was the fact that it was holding two rather immaculate, beautiful, awe-inspiring blades, which were quickly confirmed by the party as, oh, that other guy who was with us, whatever his name. But let him.
Okay, and then I'll try and Thornwhip this guy. I was going to do Frostbite, but he's got advantage on saves. So with Guardian of Nature, I've got advantage on Wisdom-based attack rolls, but he's given disadvantage, so I guess that'll just be a straight roll.
Right. What sort of an attack roll are you doing? Sorry. You're doing a melee attack, yeah.
A melee spell attack, yeah.
Yep. Since it's a melee attack, yeah, it has disadvantage.
Yep. Okay.
That's close.
That's...
Hey John, you taking guesses?
Sure, I'll be devastated that that 6 damage missed.
Is it a hit or miss? That's the mystery number.
That's a miss.
I'm guessing 25 is his AC.
Yeah, 25.
Oh, but then again, he is sitting in a standard defensive stance, which might be boosting his armor class, so haha!
Yeah, that's true.
I love being
and
the
then
DM.
I'll take a step back here, and that's my turn.
Alrighty.
Okay. I'm going to
Kick its ass.
move 10, 15, 20. I'm going to stay there. I think. Yeah. And I'm just going to peek around and I'm going to throw one of my daggers at him. Aww.
Fortunately, an 18 is a miss. He tough.
Well,
Your pating as it ricochets off his body, falls to the snowy ground.
yeah, okay. I'll attack with my spiritual weapon.
27's a hit. I couldn't hit worth crap with that thing.
For 6 little points of damage, which
Big
I'm
6
sure is
damage.
like I'm sure
I
is
love
like
it.
2 against him, if anything.
Just hits him. The head turns, glares at Bellamy, and he points a finger like the monkey from from Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah. That's the one.
I'm just gonna get around this wall. Move, Bellamy. Come on. That's okay. Okay. Bellamy has decided that she's not moving, so we're gonna end our turn here.
You want it to go there? It's because the wall itself has its line at that edge, so you can't move past it.
Oh.
You would have had to do like this to do it if he'd even let you.
Oh, okay.
But it's all for that cool shadow
I just
effect.
wanted to, I just wanted to get around the wall.
Flux's turn.
Okay, Flux is gonna clear the line as per request, and she's gonna. So when I hold an attack, am I holding one attack or am I holding my whole action, like all 3 of them?
You basically give up your action in order to place a condition that will allow you to do one attack or move. Unfortunately, you can't take your full extra attack run. So you'd be giving up everything for one hit.
Okay.
Or one thing. Like, when this happens, I'll do this, right?
Okay. So I'm gonna hold the Cylonic longsword with 2 hands and prepare that attack. And I'm gonna say, "Do you have a name?" I'm gonna hold my action. To this guy.
Alrighty.
Try talking to him.
And you see the head slowly begins to turn to look towards you as it appears to be contemplating. You might get a response to your question on its turn.
That's
its turn.
That's the end of my turn. I'm holding.
Alrighty.
He's trying to talk and he's not attacking. I'm seeing what's gonna happen.
Well, he got into close range. He can't do nothing yet. So Rhea's turn. Well, again, Courtney, you go ahead, give us 3 swings on Bellamy. I'm being a little bit on the side of favoritism here, but last week I was like, hey, who wants to roll her attack? Everyone was like, not it. I'm not taking the blame.
No,
3 on.
You asked when like my hands were covered in grease.
Oh, that's fair. The only thing Rhea would do, unless somebody has a different idea, she's just going to keep swinging her Vorpal sword at the monster. She gets 3 swings, each one with advantage. Which is disadvantage because of its stance, so they cancel each other out.
Okay, so just regular rolls.
Exactly. She gets 3 hits. Pray for a 20 so you can swing that damage through the roof, or maybe one-shot the bad guy. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a miss. Rhea jumps
Ow.
up, big grin on her face. I got this now, watch this! And he uses his action to bring the 2 swords that he's holding in his hands side by side and together. You've seen this before, when the swords had been activated once prior. They looked a little more holy the last time it was done. This time, however, as his hands slowly draw together, as the 2 blades glow somewhat in the cold dark of the north, you can see power suddenly begin to echo from them as he activates the blades.
Oh no, that's not allowed here.
The head tilts forward as the smoke from his body seems to continue to billow. And then, spellcasters, you notice something absolutely horrifying. Fluminoxus, you probably do as well, as you feel the weight of your armor pressing on your body. The magical weapons and armors and gear you have are suddenly absolutely worthless, for as these 2 blades merge together, the entirety of the field around him is filled in an anti-magic barrier. Your armor's nullified, weapons nullified, everything. The only gear unaffected by this tremendous outburst and outpouring of power as the 2 swords seal back into one are any artifact-grade equipment you have. And as I recall, Rhea's got a nice shield, but maybe there's others.
Honeysuckle?
Mm-hmm. Which is why you see his eyes slowly turn away from Fluminox's as he looks towards Jade.
Maybe I should remind you just who I am. Just what mistakes you would make.
Seems you're fighting a Hell Rider, or at least someone who knows how they fight. Just for a fun kicker, earlier on in the when I had mentioned, oh, do a perception check while he's in that stance. That's a Hell Rider stance. That's something you'd realize after the fact, because you've seen Rhea use similar ones.
This is Dusty, I know it is.
It's Nega Dusty.
Dusty.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I was thinking the same thing.
Well,
Nimbar wouldn't because he never met Dusty.
anyone who has met Dusty is more than welcome to make a perception check now, including someone can roll Rhea up. Where Rhea's a Hell Rider, she has advantage.
Okay, mine rolled up 15. It goes to a 22.
The DM leans in and grabs Jay by the head. No, that is freaking perception check. Rhea's like,
I'm
seen this
sorry,
stuff.
I rolled shit for her.
And Rhea's just leaning back like, I know, I've seen this style of combat before, but I don't... Nimbar's turn.
I hear you talking in the other room, John, but you're not coming through on Discord.
He muted himself. That's a problem with the hard mute. You don't get the icon.
That's because I said,
Oh,
John's like, hang on, I'm thinking. Oh,
alright. I don't like anti-magic. I guess I'm gonna start heading out. This is just coincidentally, like, how far my movement takes me.
character's really like thinking, oh crap, anti-magic field, starts booking it. He gets tired because, you know, the lungs aren't that great for him. He comes to a stop and he goes, oh, I'm out. Perfect.
Yeah, the problem is anti-magic is like the one, like, I'm useless.
Oh, buddy. The entirety of the party is built on weapons and armors and equipment that use magical gears, specialties, and capacities.
Yeah, but, like, I can barely attack.
This is like Damocles with the shine here.
You see, Obsidian Nightmare looks towards Nimbar as he runs and chuckles.
Running for your ship, are you? Better be quick. I have control of the walls now.
And you see he spins one blade around backwards in his hand, the other one held forward. So they're both pointed in the same direction. Rhea seems to narrow her glance a little bit at this point.
I think we've got to run. Was it spacebar you said? To get your ruler
Oh,
up?
yeah, while you're using your ruler, once you have it set up and you have your path made, hit spacebar while holding your path and your character will go on it.
Right, okay. Okay, I'll just go out there.
Alec runs out to this 30 feet and he breaks just free of the anti-magic barrier too. He's like, oh, I see now. He doesn't look nearly as tired as Nimbar. That's because he's a druid. He jogs through the woods regularly. Gotta keep the cardio up, man. Gotta keep the cardio up. Nimbar's probably mad because he's like, I have little legs. That's a reference to Full House. Wait up, my legs are little. I can't go so fast. The Olsen twins. Back in the day. Anything else for Alec's turn?
How high is it? No, that's silly. Nope. Nope, I can't do anything in there. That's me.
Alrighty. Courtney, your turn. What does Bellamy do inside of this horrendously horrible anti-magic field?
Going to move up. And I'm gonna take not one of my magical daggers, just my regular dagger, and I'm just gonna poke him in the butt.
Okay. Butt poke incoming. That's a miss.
Aww.
Bellamy's like, magic's turned off, abilities are out, just grabs the dagger. You son of a... Kudos.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna back on up. So that was 10, 15, 30. around that wall.
Yeah, I'll have to do the roundabout. You trying to get back over to here?
The roundabout.
And,
Oh.
I moved your token.
Oh, okay.
Is this where you were looking to get to?
Yep, and that's my turn.
Perfect. Alrighty, Flux's turn. And as your turn
I'll just
starts,
kind of.
he growls at you and gives a nod as Bellamy's made that attempt. Looks towards Alec as he flees him back to you and shakes his head.
And this is who you've replaced me with.
Do you remember that, Lulu? Do you remember that we saved the town that you came from? Do you remember how we fought together? What happened?
He looks a little bit off-put as his head tilts back before tilting to the side. You see he looks a little to the left, looks a little to the right, and then just starts to laugh.
Oh. Now I see. Saved my home, did you? So that's the difference. No matter.
His head turns towards Rhea as he prepares his blade.
You leave her behind, just as you would any other.
Are you gonna do it, though?
Rhea looks to you
Can
and
I
gives
say
a
I would've-
nod.
I was gonna say I'll detour a little bit and pick my sword up. So that's 10 extra feet. And then I can't do the thing on my thing, and then I'll go the rest. I'm gonna guess I'm near Isaac.
If you're talking 30 feet, you've got 5, 10, 15,
5,
20, 25,
10,
30, I'd say,
15,
about.
20, 25, 30.
Yep.
There or there, it doesn't really matter. I'm just making sure that Rhea's coming before I go the rest of my move.
Yep, Rhea's making the actions on her turn to go. So it's Rhea's turn.
Okay.
Rhea is going to immediately move, and the bad guy is going to immediately use his reaction to attack her as she starts to move out of his space as he shakes his head.
No, Rhea, they left you behind.
Rhea gets a nat 20 on the next attack, slices across his form, and his head is cleaved clean off his shoulders. Caught by the spare hand and replaced. He growls, deflects her third attack, and unfortunately, Isaac, you now see where you got your vision from. His attack on her is vicious, to say the least. Tearing through her health and knocking her prone by using superiority die attacks. The sort of things you didn't see Dusty do. The sort of things you see a fighter do. As he knocks Rhea down. With only 2 health left, by some fluke she managed to survive. Partially due to having to use her Indomitable on a save, so, you know. She's down. However, the blade she was wielding, that Vorpal blade she was wielding, the blade that the DM asked you if you were sure that the NPC party member was going to wield, the super powerful Vorpal blade that gave Rhea whispers in her goddamn ear that the DM was like, are you sure the NPC gets it? Seems to be an artifact. But Rhea doesn't look like she's doing well. He even spins his blades around and chuckles, because he still has 1 attack left, having only used 3 of his 4 as he brings the blade down looking up towards the rest of the group.
Actually, I can take my time with this. Mimbar, where do you think you're going?
Dusty's done the impossible. He's gone beyond level 20.
Level 21. Challenge rating jumps to 9999.
While he's looking that up, would I know if my channel divinity would work inside this place?
Let me just double check that one, because I think it's a no, but 1 second here. I have to look at the reading because I don't see it used too often.
I feel like it's more of a religious thing, like of faith. So I wonder. Not sure on that one.
You use it to fuel magical
Yeah.
effects is the first problem. You can use Turn Undead,
No.
which is one, but
Is it Channel Divinity or Divine Intervention? I misheard.
she says Channel Divinity. Are you thinking Channel Divinity or
Wow.
Divine Intervention?
Channel Divinity. I have a thing that I was planning on using. Not Turn Undead, but I have another one that I was planning on using.
It has some weird effects. It basically adds on to other effects, so if they can work. Because, I mean, beginning at 6th level, you can use Channel Divinity twice. Some effects require saving throws. When using an effect from this class, it equals your cleric level. Choose the effect to create. It affects spells, so I don't know what you could use it on that would work. Because there's Turn Undead, but...
Yeah. I'll wait till my turn, and then I'll explain what I'm trying to do.
Jade was going for the stab, if I recall. Here comes Honeysickle. A 31 is a hit, so go ahead and roll your damage in on that. 11 points of piercing damage. And 30 points of sneak attack damage. And then the extra d4. As you do another good run to him.
And I will use another charge off of Honeysickle to go invisible. And I will use my interact with object bonus action to pick up the broken sword. The teleporting blade that broke from Flux.
Uh-huh. So I'm just gonna post this in general. This is from Sage Advice. This will let you know if something is magical or not.
Oh.
So the you have to ask these questions. Is it a magic item? Is it a spell, or let you create the effects of a spell that's mentioned in its description? Is it a spell attack? Is it fueled by the use of spell slots? Does it description say it's magical?
Yep.
If you answer yes to any of these, it's magic. If you answer no, then it's not magic.
Yep. The thing with hers is an effect that can increase the effects or changes on other spells. So, technically, it could work if you had a spell that worked in an anti-magic field. But that's the sort of warp around situation you get to where it's hypothetics. So I'm not sure what she's planning is the problem.
Alright. So I'm going to dash on my turn over to Rhea. I'm going to... Can I use my interact object to get the feather from her?
Zariel's feather?
Yeah.
She has that. If you're gonna reach for it, she's gonna set a glare on you and shake her head. Like, no. You gotta get out of here. That might be our only way out.
Child, it's your way out too. And he's gonna go for it. Because my character looks at these as his children. And you have to protect your children.
Rhea's holding it in a bloody hand because, well, I mean, come on, I just knocked her down to 2 health. But you can take it, she won't stop you.
I suppose, is it an action to use the thing?
Yep, you can take an action to hold it up and call out for Zariel's help.
I don't have the action, because I had to use my action to get there. So...
Damn your little legs.
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly.
Sorry, man, sorry.
Well, no, I mean, no, it was 35 feet anyway, so, like, anyone would have had to use a dash.
Nuh-uh, not anyone.
You still would have had to use a dash, be a bonus action or action, you would have had to use dash.
You could be
Like
a
the
Line
line
strip
strictness.
Okay,
Sort of.
6 of one, half of the other.
And I will
Actually, you
say-
have not spent a turn not moving, therefore, do you even
I
have
did not
field?
move last turn or this turn.
Oh, okay.
So Dan just shutting these down.
I will point out, Nimbar, as close as you are to the obsidian bodies, you can see them roiling beside you, twisting and churning.
And it's an action to grab her and drag her too, isn't it?
It would reduce your movement speed by half. You'd have to successfully grapple her, essentially, and she'd choose to fail the check, essentially, and all that stuff. You could drag a willing creature.
Yeah, but it's an action to do the grapple, right?
Lux is nearby, remember?
And Rhea is also armed with the knowledge that she has the only weapon that seems to be able to hurt him besides Jade.
Unless Flux was to pick that up.
Would it function in her hands?
Oh, is that an attunement thing?
How many times did the DM say, "Are you sure you're giving her that weapon?"
It is an attunement thing.
I operate with sticks and stones.
I'm pretty sure we identified it, and there was no mention of it, so we didn't really know.
I'm gonna throw up that meme of Thor going, "Really though?" because Jade equipped it and found it was a Vorpal blade and passed it over to Rhea without ever identifying it ever in the history of ever. The very next session, Rhea's hearing whispers.
Oh, okay.
I tried as hard as I could, guys. She's got an artifact weapon though.
Yeah, but Jade didn't hear the whispers while he was attuned.
Nope, took a while for them to kick in.
Alright, I will let her hold the feather for now, I guess, because I can't use it this turn.
He's like, "You got the feather." She's like patting her chest. "Right here, man. I got it. I'll do it. Don't worry." Because you're like, "No, that's not what I mean. I want the feather." She's like, "It's okay." Now you have that idea in Rhea's head. Good job, John.
John, did you send the thing about magical items to the Discord?
Yeah, it's in the general chat,
Thank you.
under general.
Yep.
Your breath weapon, 100% is not magical.
No,
I can't use
natural.
it again anyway.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, daily. Or long resty, I think.
Alright, that'll be my turn, though.
I love that spin around HP die that's in the initiative tracker. I'm looking at Rhea's like, "Oh, I just need one more turn." Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be on mute. My bad. So evil. Oh, Kamishite can't have a turn. What am I doing? Alec, go ahead. What's you thinking, Dean?
Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed because I wasted my last turn because I forgot the very basics. Very basics.
You have where to go?
What?
Of where to go?
No, of what to do. I forgot the very basics. I could have done this when it's next turn. I'm going to go here. I'm going to polymorph myself into a giant ape. So I draw a moon
Nice.
in the sky and just stare at it. And then, boom, giant ape.
Okay, Goku.
And then, I should be clear of the field at that point. And then, when I'm in my giant ape form, I can't do it this turn, it's an action, but I'm going to pick up big fuck off rock. So can I use the polymorpher tool? Does that work for players, or is it?
Yeah, it should. You should be able to drag a picture right on. What are you turning into, though? Because I don't know if you'd have access to the monsters.
Just a giant ape.
Perfect. Give me 1 second. I will pop that right on for you. You polymorphed, right? Or was it a wild
Yep.
shape? Polymorph, perfect. I'll put you about
Yeah,
there.
I can't polymorph, and I can't wild shape into something that big. That would be my turn.
So just keep in mind, if you go in, you will be turning back to normal. It suppresses polymorph.
Yep, but this has a ranged attack, it can throw rocks.
Oh god, yeah, you're just biffing stones at him now.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot it last turn. I was sitting here thinking what to do. I was
and
like, oh man.
And I just noticed your token vision got offset by that, so I'm gonna fix that. So you can actually see the battlefield. There you go. As he sees you go Goku, he just laughs. Did that attack roll get thrown up? Oh no, there you go. You got go throw that rock. Do it.
Oh, well, I can't do it because it's an action, so I need to wait. This is just a prep turn. That's why I was saying I should have thought of this last time.
I get you. Alrighty then. So Bellamy's turn.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Courtney, what you got? Let's see.
Okay. So I am going to go 5, 10, 20. Can I move like over the two?
These are now
Can I get
difficult terrain.
Okay.
So you can move over them, it's just double movement speed to get past them.
15. Okay, I think I can share a space with them, right?
As of right now, you can, because they are difficult terrain at this moment, but it's very clear they're turning into something, so that could end badly if you end a turn on their position.
Okay, I'm gonna do it anyways. And I'm gonna try and use my channel divinity, preserve life. I'll post it. I'll post it there. I'm gonna try and use that on Rhea. I can do 50 HP.
I think that's cut by the anti-magic field, though. 1 second here. Yeah, as near as I can tell, that one, since you're channeling the divine energy as an action and you're evoking healing energy, you're using magical energy, so...
Okay, so that won't work.
Or
Let me see here. I'm reading over the rules. Channel Divinity. Yeah, I think that... Yeah, it would block Channel Divinity Preserve a Life, because you're using healing energy, so that's definitely falls into the magical categories. I was just looking for a buzzword in there that would just instantly nullify it out, but it's worded so oddly, you wouldn't be able to use Channel Divinity on that one.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's my movement. Is that all my movement? What did I do? 5, 10, 15... Yeah, okay. I guess that's my turn. Shit.
Alrighty. Flux, you're up.
okay.
You can
I'm
see
gonna
Rhea's
go-
bloody hand clutching the feather that Nimbar had her take out as she suddenly realizes,
10, 15. Can I use my last superiority die to use the let me find the name of it first.
most of the fighter abilities should be good to go. They're not magical, they're just things. Unless it says it's a magical effect.
My evasive footwork.
Oh yeah, that
When
just
you move, expend 1. Okay. So I'll do that. So then my AC is 19 plus 10. Beautiful. So it's 29. I'm going to scoop up Rhea, and I'm going to carry her, whatever I have left of my movement, away. Because I can't use the potion.
So
can't
that
use
means...
a potion, right?
Hang on
That's
a
magical.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
You used
Okay.
15 feet to get to here, right? And you've got 30 feet in a turn. You used your action to pick Rhea up.
That's an
'cause
action?
It's going to be like a grapple check. You have to take the time to physically hoist her body up. Yeah, you're grappling her and
Okay.
she's choosing to fail.
Okay.
But you have to be beside her to do that, so that's 15 to put you here, right? And
Okay.
then you've got plus 10 to your AC, which is nice. At that point, you have half of your movement speed remaining, halved, where you have 30 feet, so that gives you 15, so that drops it to 7 feet of movement. So you could move Rhea not very far.
Well, I'll take whatever I can and move her.
Because that'll get you about 5 feet of movement, because we have to round down the other 2.5 out, which would let you move Rhea 5 feet of movement.
So you're considering me stopping and picking her up as stopping movement, so my evasive footwork would end at that point. So then, if I had known that, then I
Or
would have
kick in
done
immediately after. Because the does evasive work
that's
give
what I was
you...
gonna say.
Does that give you more feet or more AC?
It gives me more AC until I stop moving.
Yeah, so
So
you'd be
I
using
would
that
go-
right now. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
I'd
You'd
pick
grab
her
a... Yeah.
Okay, so it's 29 currently, and I'm holding Rhea in a way that I'm protecting her as much as I can with my body.
All right. So you're running with Rhea in tow. He doesn't take an attack of opportunity against you. Gives his head a shake. He's like, no. I don't need to do that.
Did he use his reaction already, though?
I think he may have. Actually, let me think back into turns here. What's he done so far? I don't think he's bothered to use a reaction on anyone for anything. He's let everybody leave his zone so far. I don't even think he tried to swipe someone's sword. No, Isaac got that. Jade did the attack. He didn't do anything. Nimbar did that. Alec did that. Bellamy did... no, he hasn't used his reaction yet, according to my notes. I might have missed something. If someone did note that I missed something, let me know, but he still has his reaction.
Okay.
Now it's Rhea's turn.
Mid-stride with her.
And she's gripping Zariel's feather, which is starting to glow. She puts a hand on Flux's shoulder.
I'm not sure we can get out of this on our own.
And you see the obsidian monster look towards you with a growl, as a blinding beam of light sears from high above, from the heavens on high. Those of you who haven't seen this before might actually be getting a kick out of it as the golden feathers spread wide and soar down, beautifully armored form of a monstrously powerful being. Who is not in my list? 1 second here. Oh, I'm in the wrong ones. I'm like, why isn't that? I'm not in creatures.
I'd do it.
There we go. It spins down and tears through the battlefield with the power of the FMV sequence, because, you know. As golden wings spread and shining blue armor lands, and who else lands directly beside Flummonoxus but Lulu? Lands right on the very corner looking towards. She goes, oh, hey guys, how you been? With a big blue beam of light over her head. However, when you look
Cries immediately.
When you look towards Rhea, however, sadly, your friend is gone, and in her stead, a mighty angel stands. Normally, she's pretty large, so I'm actually going to change her size down. Rhea's form, having taken on a different body now. She stands tall. Mighty blade of Zariel in one hand, shield of whatever the heck his name was, Gargaloth, on the ground beside her. And in her right hand she holds the same blade wielded by Rhea. And for those of you who are like, oh, Archangel Zariel, I wonder what she looked pretty cool, right? I'm going to show this to the players, so you can all get a good glimpse of what Zariel looks like. Now let me just see here. What was that happened at the very end last time when Zariel showed up? There was a blessing that was given to the team, wasn't there?
We have a blessing of protection.
Mm-hmm. With her reappearance in the light, you are restored. All players who haven't had that blessing now get it. A blessing of protection.
Nice.
That's 3 of you who can take that. It won't kick in, though, until you've had a long rest. Because, you know, there's enough stuff going wonky. As she stands with both swords drawn, she shoots a glare at the monster in front and points her sword at his face. You will be stopped here, monster. And I'm just going to roll her into the combat. I'll swear to God I rolled that. So, she takes the initiative order that was held by Rhea. And you see the obsidian monster across lowers his gaze as he starts to chuckle, which turns into a full-blown laugh. He foregoes one of his 4 attacks as he lifts up his hand and taps the edge of the obsidian, which rings out. Zariel looks around before looking at him, glaring, demanding to know what he's done. And he holds up a finger in front of where his mouth would be with a sort of shh.
It's a secret.
Shoot, I almost said invincible. As you can tell that he seems to have true sight and is capable of seeing you while invisible. And it makes sense, if he was ever to wield the powers that Zariel had, that blade granted true sight. So if this is Dusty, which it seems to be... Alright, that
I believe
attack...
it still gives him disadvantage on the attack.
Who? You're lucky. Wait, what's giving him disadvantage? Oh, the invisibility?
Yep.
You kept him invisible. I don't know why it would give him disadvantage. He can see you clear as day. Invisibility only matters if the enemy can't see you. He can see you clear as day because he has true sight.
Oh, okay.
If anything else, yeah, they'd have advantage. Because if you can't see your enemy and you shoot, then you have disadvantage. And there's a few other rules around it. Smoke clouds are a bit of a pain sometimes. So that is a hit against you. As for the damage, as he nails you with his obsidian sword, it is 32 points. As it slices across your form in dangerous act. He then walks away. Gives a wave of a hand at Zariel. I don't have time for this. Oh.
I don't have time for this, for your chivalrousness. Just go away. And he walks over and pets a hand.
This makes the angel glare at him, as she seems determined to stand her ground with you all. Now, Jade's turn. Oh, not bad. I almost forgot. Isaac, I actually do have something for you and for Nimbar. Both of you give me a perception check. However, Isaac, you've got advantage.
Okay. Sorry, just a second here. Make sure my token's selected.
Sorry, Nimbar. I know perception's not your thing. Just as Jade's going through with his snicket. Oh, the honeysickle. A 31's a hit. That's a nice pile of damage to pile on there. The 9 plus the sneak attack.
15.
With a 15, your character notices as you look up. Above the 2 pillars, that ball of energy has grown substantially in size and is now crackling like mad.
Oh, that's not good.
Given your angle, you have a much easier time seeing it than someone who unfortunately is right at the base of like a 300-foot wall. And 28 points of sneak attack plus further on.
40 total.
Given that, if you wanted for Isaac, you could make an Arcana check, since that's what you could have done on your turn with an action.
Sure. I'll throw down an Arcana check.
Whew, it's almost like you cast Detect Magic right in front of it with the 27. As you are looking, you're thinking at first that you've seen this sort of magic style used in other spells, and it's so big in where it's going. This is definitely conjuration magic, however. Something is being summoned. Nimbar's turn.
I'm gonna shout that out as a warning, just you know, when I realize that, so the others know that like there's more on the way.
And of course, that triggers another evil laugh. I'm not gonna do it this time, though. They're special. I save them. Keep that one in my back pocket for when I need it. Yeah. It's a good thing I don't make any sense. Nimbar, as you stare down the face of a red dragon forged out of raw obsidian, what do you do? Oh, shoot, I didn't even realize the time. Did we want to actually take a 15-minute break quickly?
Yeah, sure. It'll give me some time to see if I can figure out anything I can fucking do to help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the other thing I'll note as you're going to break, and this is what Isaac could note as well, since you iced on those checks, it's not summoning something small. That sort of power isn't used to summon anything simple. Whatever's coming could be worse than what you're facing.
Oh yeah, no, I figure if it's something that big, it's got to be a pretty large-scale ritual. That's not a like I use my 5th level spell slot to summon an elemental.
No, you're talking like some sort of gigantic pair of pillars based in the 9th layer of hell that's almost impossible to get to and surrounded by incredible defenses. Something like that. Oh hey, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the music and hit pause. That way you know I'm gone if the music's out. As soon as I can find it. So many options, hundreds. I love tabletop audio. But we'll put that down to a little bit of a whisper, and we'll take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back at 12:50.
All right.
All right, everyone, we will see you then.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh, there we go. Alright. I'm back. I'll do the unpausing and stuff.
Don't mind me, I'm just eating a sandwich.
Oh, it's all good. The first few minutes back after the lunch break is enjoying the lunch, so the 15 minutes gives us enough time to run for snacks and washroom and necessities. Oh, I gotta come back. Oh my god. I got techie theme. John and Dean, you'll appreciate this as techie people. See how I was going on about that wife's laptop? Like, oh my god, I had to turn it and upgrade and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gutting around the inside of the body and I notice there's more than enough room in one area that looks like for a traditional hard drive, and there's extra mounts. But I'm like, oh come on, I got an M2 drive. So I look it up online because I had to do some troubleshooting on it a couple weeks ago, just for some hardware. And I see someone has a hard drive in that spot, and I'm like, wait, how? And I look up and there's an adapter on the motherboard titled JHDD1 that you plug a cable that you plug into the hard drive. Laptop does not come with the cable, but it has the port.
I assume it was built. They built it like they have another laptop that uses that space.
No.
Like another model, and like.
No, it's
like the
this
same
one.
Board.
This model specifically, they built it in two forms. Oh, you can buy it with a 1 terabyte internal mechanical hard drive, or with a 128 gig M2 drive, and it's like, oh, cool. If you bought the M2 version, they just didn't put the hardware inside to hook up a hard drive.
Yeah, it's just whichever they just put in which. Yeah. But it's the same motherboard, because why make more than one motherboard, right?
Oh yeah, it's the exact same laptops, exact same layout of the hardware. So, I went on eBay and I ordered the cable. It's going to show up any day now, and I'm going to see if it'll work 2 drives at once, because Kieran, as a Mac user, Sandy's, I put a 1 terabyte M2 in there. I'm going to put a 2 terabyte SSD in there and put Time Machine on the 2 terabyte.
Oh, nice. And have the built-in time machine.
Yep, I've got a time capsule here. I plug into it once a week so she gets the full dump. But could you imagine if you just had a 2 terabyte SSD in your laptop with the 1 terabyte main? You'd be like...
That's actually that's a really fun idea, having it built into the machine.
Oh god, yeah. I love Time Drive. It actually did save us once. Her hard drive died. Put a new one in, plugged into the time machine, restored the backup. That is nice. When it works. I've heard horror stories.
I'm planning on getting getting a setup like a local time machine. I do also use iCloud backups as well. But
honest to God, I just
like the idea is if your backup doesn't have a backup, you don't have a backup, right?
Exactly. So. We have the two with the one here and the one that's going to go in the machine. But honest to God, just get a big flash drive or solid state drive and an external enclosure. Time machine can go on one of those. You just plug it in and it does it when you're plugged in.
What's the rule? Two different types of backups in 2 different locations.
Yeah, 2 backups
and two different mediums.
Yep. So. That's why I've got the solid state drive on the inside, hopefully, and the external large actual storage drive, hard drive, because it's the Apple time capsule. So the drive's in there is good. Yeah. But it looks like everyone's back, so I can lay off the computer stuff. I'm assuming at this point. Y'all there? Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I'm actually playing on. I'm on my Mac right now. I'm using AirPlay to TV.
Oh, it's nice. It's that sidecar.
It's like you just click a thing. It's like, and now the TV. It's a on.
I actually ordered a new chip for the inside of the laptop just to get the AirDrop working. Nice features like that.
Because it uses. So
proprietary. Mac's a pain when it comes to Wi-Fi stuff. But I'm going on details that John is gritting his teeth over because he hates Mac. He's like, why would you do that to a Windows PC and give it 32 gigs of RAM, no less? You're evil, Alan. So, John, I'm assuming you're back, John. Yeah, I saw your mic flicker.
I'm back.
Perfect. Oh, and I threw up a picture of Bellamy's spiritual weapon. I called it Mr. Snuggles because it just reminded me of the Snuggle Bear for some reason. I don't know why.
I love it.
But damn, it'll put you to sleep with one hit. That thing looks dangerous.
Yeah.
Let's stab the dragon.
So go ahead and make an attack roll against this dragon. You do, sadly. You're surprised, however, at how effectively your swipe went. You're like, whoa, this dude doesn't have half the armor of the other dude. You know, because it's just an adult red dragon. You were pretty close to hitting it.
That makes it probably Commentary turn, I think.
That makes it Alex's turn.
Okay. So I have a question. I don't. Is that angle too steep to get a shot off at him? There.
Honestly, I just move your token, and the second you can physically see him, I'd let it go. I think. Yeah, that'll work. You got sight on him. He has some coverage there though, so you might want to jump up to like here, but
That
to get a
puts
clean
me at disadvantage if I'm that far away.
Oh.
So I'm try to hedge my bets
Well-
where to go for this guy or the obsidian.
You have
sluggard.
advantage anyway, don't you? Have advantage anyway, don't you?
No.
Oh, I thought we had still had advantage on him.
I doubt it. He seems fully awake now.
Oh yeah, no. It's everyone has had advantage because you keep pinning him, but the any of those effects no longer are on him.
Okay.
Do I try and hit him with some cover? He's got high AC, or do I just try and kill the dragon? I say try and kill the dragon. Try and hurt the dragon.
Didn't you already fight an adult red dragon? Oh no, that was young. My bad.
I was a young dragon. Why not? I'll throw a rocket, Nega Dusty.
And
Of
you hit
course.
Invisible Jade. Oh, sorry, this
course.
isn't second edition. Jade, you're safe.
You know what? Fuck you, Foundry.
Did that Chan say something?
No,
It tried its
she's
best.
Quiet.
Yeah, she doesn't always pop up. I gotta get some more phrases for her, though. She's awesome. So that is a miss as the rock lands with a thud beside Jade, who probably is surprised it didn't hit him. But again, this isn't second edition, so.
Or
Hey.
3.5.
Or 3.5,
And that-
my god.
Instance. Did I just move? What was that? Did I move 10 feet or 5 feet?
10 feet, because the edge of your circle was here. Because I'd have to move you to here to
Okay.
cover it, so. 10 foot.
Right. Okay. So I have like. Oh, didn't mean that. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I'll move the rest of my 30 feet like here then. Going to try circle round. That'll be me. There we go.
Okay. Um. I'm just gonna do a little stabby stab with my dagger. I'm gonna use my inspiration to give myself advantage. I can do that, right?
You have
Oh, yeah.
advantage. You're flanking with Zerial.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to use your inspiration.
Tight. Okay. So my dagger. Add advantage.
Ooh.
Is a 26 hit?
A 26 is a hit.
That is 11 stab damage.
You stab him for 11 points of damage.
And don't think I can do anything else. Because my spiritual weapon doesn't work, right? That's magic.
Yeah, no, that would be cut out.
Yeah. Nope, that's me.
I can't really get into a position where I can hit him properly unless I go here, but then that's farther away from the ship, so I'm just gonna throw 3 javelins at him.
Alrighty.
Let me see how many I have. They're all They're all lightning javelins, but it's suppressed. I'm just seeing if I have any regular ones, but I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah. Nope. Okay.
I hate to do this,
So-
but where do you have them stored?
In the quiver, but I thought that
It's
they
a
would have
bag
just.
of holding. It's disabled in the anti-magic field.
Okay. I thought maybe the stuff all fell on the floor, maybe or on the ground, and that's I might be able to get it.
No,
Okay.
it functions like a bag of holding, and when in an anti-magic field, you cannot reach in and retrieve anything. So I have some other weapons and stuff that could have been used, but they're all in bags of holding, so I've been honeysuckle.
All right. I'll
Sorry.
throw. No, it's okay. I appreciate that. I'll throw 3 daggers then, because I would imagine. Yeah, I think I would have put my daggers on the belt.
That's a fighter. If you don't have them on the belt, I'd be worried. That one I'll give you, for sure.
I'm just gonna roll 3 d20s. It should be a plus 10.
All
That
right.
won't land. That won't land. And that won't land. It's the end of my turn.
And as we get to the end of Fluminoxus's turn and Zariel gets hers, she sneers at the monstrosity before herself and questions him, asking how he could fall so low for one who was once a Hell Rider. He snarls and takes a swing of his blade at her, but she's quick to attack first, because she's before him in the attack order, right? This is interesting. I imported the character, but I'm not sure if some of the info's right. But that's fine, because I have it on another screen. Let me just double check here. Yeah, they just have the basic for the standard Planetar in here. Because it's essentially what she is. Sorry, doing math behind the scenes. You know how this goes. Zariel makes 2 swings with her greatsword. The first is definitely a hit against him, and as is the second. Now let me just pop in the damage on those. Ooh, she hits like a tank. Seems to shave off pieces of him as she does. And then, as a true angelic beast she is, she launches herself, her full fly distance directly into the air, while yelling down to the rest of you, to make your retreat back to your ship. She will hold him here. As she flies 120 feet straight up. On his turn, he pauses and slowly looks up towards her with a chuckle, spinning either blade around in his hand. He looks over his shoulder towards Bellamy.
She thinks she's safe. Do you think she's safe? I don't think she's safe.
And he's just gone, with the rest of them under deck. You know,
Did
just...
he say that's a me on the other ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. He's got good vision. Because he's very short. So then, Jade, any plans for your turn?
No.
Alrighty. So, with that, Bellamy, any plans for your turn? Well, or wait, did I cut Alex's turn off to skip back to Jade, and I just skipped Alex?
I don't know what the turn order was. You skipped Jade's turn, then Akir wounds someone, and then
Yes. So
you
it is
went back to Jade.
good. It is Bellamy's turn. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was going to be split for 2 turns, and I'd be like, oh, I know how to do this, but then I was wrong.
How far away are we from the other ship?
They are about 350 feet. But if you can
Okay.
launch at the start of next turn, by the time they get off and get after you, I'm saying you'll be 1,500 feet away. Your ship has a fly speed of 500 feet normal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do much of anything. I'm just gonna hold. I'll hold a sacred flame. No, I'll hold a guiding bolt. Just in case they get a little bit close.
So if an enemy breaks into your range, you'll shoot off a guiding bolt. Perfect.
Yeah, if they get within 120 feet, yeah.
Now keep in mind, if you use your reaction on this turn for anything else, you lose that prep. But I mean, it's not going to happen. But I just say that as a reminder. Flux. Grabbing them controls and getting it started.
Yep.
Engine firing up and getting ready. Zerial.
I mean, I think that's it.
Zerial is now flying away from the obsidian monster, and she's able to clear 240 with a dash, but she's only going 120 because he's circling with her in midair as the two continue their vicious dance. Though, as mentioned, as this continues, his blades seem to be doing more harm to her than she can take, and she went from holding the line to now on the defensive flee. And as we get into the next round of combat, I'm going to...
They're still in the anti-magic zone, though, is that correct?
Oh, they moved 120 feet down. He is an anti-magic zone.
Okay, so it centers on him.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead then and change things up a little bit. Since,
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
So, you said he activated the field by putting the swords together, right?
That seems to be, yeah.
And then you said he took the swords apart now, though, and he's dual wielding them?
Yep, and the field is still active.
And it hasn't changed at all, it's just...
It's following him, though, that much I can say, but that's hard to see because it's an invisible field.
It's an indestructible, invisible field that is impossible to penetrate. Good to know.
Gotta love that anti-magic fields, they're the worst. You guys need more artifacts. Big ones, big swords, giant swords, artifact swords, swords the size of a mountain. Flux can wield it, she's got the strength. But for right now, as we start the next round, round 13 of this very long battle, the question to the party is simple. You taking off?
I'd assume.
Why wouldn't we?
Perfect.
I would think so.
I'm going to go ahead then and clear the entire combat order. Because this changes things.
Well, we can't. I'm confused because I don't know how we can help. There's nothing we can do to help Zerial. So what the heck are we gonna do?
Even she's running away. At this point, she's flying hard and fast. And when you finally do get your ship started, as Flux is wondering, what can we do? You hear her voice pierce the air in a scream. As you launch, she falls. Lands right on the deck.
God.
Fortunately, your ship seems unaffected by the anti-magic barrier put up by Evil Dusty. Lulu screams, "Punch it!" right as Flux is grabbing the throttle, essentially. And Zerial lies incapacitated on your ship. But, true to my word, by the time they manage to regain their senses and they're launching, they're 1,500 feet back. But they're not alone. He floats backwards as he cackles. And you can see dozens of your ships coming free. A couple of the large vessels piloted by Zerial herself before she fell. A literal armada summoned at his fingertips. And 5 of them total break off and fly after you. Let's go ahead and switch over to the next scene. Now this one might be a little CPU intensive. I'm giving it a minute to preload before I switch. If anyone has troubles, let me know. I can always switch it around so it doesn't go. But welcome to the cool, cool escape scene. I've activated it. It might take a minute to flip over because it's a fairly detailed scene.
I'm at 50%. Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cute.
Oh!
Welcome to the finale of Act 1 as you're flying as fast as you can across the frozen tundra, as your ship rises into the air, and you'll notice it's 300 feet from 5 of them to you. So that means this is at a scale of 5 times. Every foot of movement is going to be reduced by 5, essentially, because 300 is 1,500 over 3, but you know what I mean. Welcome to the parallax background as you're flying your way across the icy cold of Avernus. 5 copies of your ship behind you, flying hard and flying fast. I've made you all owners of the airship. In fact, it is an actual NPC. It finally gets its turn too, which means I'm going to go ahead and put it in the initiative tracker. And I'm only putting 1 enemy ship in the initiative tracker.
I'm sorry, how far behind us are they?
1,500 feet. It says 300 for distance, but 1,500 feet. So any incremental movements I make for them are going to be divided. You'll notice under your features, your lightning blast is included in there. It has a range of 200 feet by default. So do you all remember the rules of a chase?
Nope.
Who wants to roll initiative then for the airship? You all basically take your turn at the same time as you try to fly free and get out of there.
But when, given the way Foundry's got vendetta against me.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I've been rolling like dog shit.
I'll roll the bad guys first so you know. Flux has the wheel, but Jade is also trained to be able to pilot the ship, so either of you will be able to do a juke maneuver. It has 3 positions for piloting on this ship. 1 position is enough to fully control it, as you are aware, but this way it's not all on 1 player. Woohoo, that is a nice roll for initiative. Look at that. So, you're all going first. With that in mind, you basically, the way this works, you have a speed of 500 for your flying. If you dash, it goes up to 1,000. And the idea is to stay ahead of your enemies and try to fly free, because as you've now come up, you've noticed that the west and the majority of the path around it is filled, as the walls are growing higher and shooting sparks and fire into the air. But to the east, where you're presently flying, they haven't reached there, almost as if his influence over the obsidian is like a wave.
Just gun it as fast as we can.
Yeah, in the easterly direction where there aren't as many foes. So, I mean, that's all we can do, right? They're not in range yet for us to shoot.
Nope. Now, there are other
So-
options. You can always use ways to speed up your ship or do anything like that. But turns are going to happen as a sort of group collective decision of what you want to do here. So, as you scorch 1,000 feet, of course, they're going to move 1,000 feet, having ships that match yours. However, for those of you who might remember our warships, they're a little different. And I'm just actually pulling it up from the rules. Because there are ways to make your vehicles go faster, but it does come at some cost.
Like, do you mean it's following the same rules as, like, the infernal vehicles where we can throw demonic ore in it? Because I don't think we have any of that.
Exactly.
You
Inserting
might
a
not,
sword.
but Jade does.
As a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and say here, there are actions that a creature can use in the station that you're occupying. The helm of an individual war machine. It's a chair with controls, and that's where Flux finds herself. You add your proficiency bonus while using it. This ship also has 2 other helms, where Jade's in a second, which lets him use his proficiency bonus, the checks and saving throws made using the Infernal War Machine's ability scores. While the Infernal War Machine's engine is on, the driver, Flux, can use the action to propel the vehicle up to its speed, or bring it to a dead stop. When the vehicle is moving, you can steer it along any course. As a bonus action, you can start the Infernal War Machine, or cause the Infernal War Machine to take the dash or disengage action while the vehicle engine is running, or insert and that's what we've done here, an action to move, and then the dash action. Or you can also pour a flask of demon ichor into the engine's furnace. Demon Ichor boost increases the vehicle speed by 30 feet for 1 minute. And while this vehicle speeds increase in this way, you risk damaging it at the start of each turn, rolling a d20. On a 1, the vehicle suffers the furnace rupture result. And of course, that's for standard vehicles. You've never actually poured Demon Ichor in your vehicle, but you can now get to see the effects as a beautiful rainbow of an explosion echoes from the 2 side vehicles. They obtain a further 120 feet of movement, which brings them up to a total of 620 each instead of 500, but risks their engines over exploding.
Here's what I'll say generally. I think, unless anyone has a better idea, our general action is to just keep pushing it. We already know we have distance between the main ship and us, and if anything comes within range, we just shoot at it. But other than that, use every action we can to keep moving forward and hope that their engines fail before we have to compromise ours.
I don't know
Does
if
that
it's
make
helpful. Yeah, I agree with you, Jillian. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but I can enlarge the ship. It won't make us any faster, but its weapons are also enlarged, so they'll deal an extra 1d4 damage. I don't know if that's helpful.
Ooh.
And it has advantage on strength checks. I don't know if that... Just throwing that out there that I can do that.
Does that spell target creatures or just anything?
It's a creature or an object.
Oh, so I guess that would work on the... Airship's an object, right?
I would think
Yes.
so.
We determined it was what it was. Because I wanted to do Sanctuary or Shield of Faith or something to it, and we couldn't because it does not count as a creature.
I'm just gonna post it so that the text is there.
Or an object you can see. Since it can work on an object you can see. Up 1 minute if you... Let me just see here. I don't see a restriction. Let me see here. Huh. I don't see anything that restricts it based on the size of the object you're trying to work on, so yeah, you could increase the size of the ship by 1.
If you guys thought that might be helpful. But I don't know what the rest of you guys have planned.
Well, the only thing I can do from this distance really is guide one of the drivers. But guidance, they're too far away.
Yeah,
My fear is if we enlarge the ship, that makes us a bigger target.
I also had that in the back of my mind. I also have Beacon of Hope. Which I can get a number of creatures within 30 feet of me. And then we have advantage on wisdom saves, death saves, and we regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. I could do that if that's more helpful. I'm just tossing out stuff that we can keep in mind.
Yeah, well, we'll keep that in mind because that spell only lasts for up to a minute, so 10 rounds.
Yeah. I think those are my kind of most helpful that I have right now.
Could you heal Zerial?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She is unconscious on our deck, so that might help a little.
And when you look down at the poor Celestial, you see a grievous wound across her chest, right down to the hip, bubbling with what appears to be the same darkened shadow that broke free from the monster. She's incapacitated and unconscious. You don't even know if she's stable, but she is losing a lot of blood.
Okay. Then I'll do my my channel divinity and just put 50 right into her.
As you use your magics on her, The health goes in and the health goes out. You've never seen a drain like this, like the very essence of her being was being attacked. However, the sheer force of the healing that you shoved, with a total of 50 points, my word, is enough to stabilize her, so her life's no longer in danger of falling away. And whatever the effect was that was destroying her seems to stop, or at least rescind, the darkness clinging to the torn aspects of her flesh, but nothing more. You also notice, unfortunately, the blade she has gripped firmly in her hand, her blade is broken, shattered in his last attack against her. Lulu walks over, she's like, oh my, she went out hard. Looks back up at the things behind and back at Ariel. I don't have time to think about it though. I might be able to do one of my blasters. I think with how fast they're going, they might run into it, right? Lulu sort of looking back at the party. Though, as Flux pointed out, Lulu does have some curative magic, and she does hit a cure wounds on Zariel as well. You know, just try anything.
Can I try a greater restoration?
Yeah. Everyone's throwing down the big heals.
Just to see if I can remove whatever the negative effect is.
You seem to remove it for a moment. Oh. Did Jillian just sneeze? I'm not sure what happened.
No, sorry, I was blowing my nose. I thought I was
okay.
on mute. But my mute's been weird today, so I
Oh,
apologize.
you spooked me. I thought you got hurt or something for a second. Like, I just heard a
No.
loud sound. Oof.
No, I'm really sorry. My mute
Oh, no
button was
worries.
not working on my thing today, so.
No worries at all. I've sneezed into a mic way too many times to count. Like, oh my word. With that, you see Zariel's eyes flutter open for a brief moment as she reaches an arm up and grabs onto Alec. Only one word escapes her lips. Mephistar. Before she passes out once again.
Mephistar? Alec will repeat that out loud. He's not one of the Lords of Hell.
Ninth layer Lord of Hell. Had that magical mystical mirror that you saw back in Avernus with the ice dude. Leads straight to the 8th layer. But it's just a mirror.
Maybe she wants us to head there.
Anyone else doing anything on this turn before I have the bad guys react? Because it's not going to be good.
Does anyone have a glass jar?
How big?
Oh.
So the enemies are in range, but they can hit us, but we can't hit them?
Oh, no.
What I'm understanding?
They can't hit you. The ones here in the very back are 1,500 feet back. These two in the front have used Demon Ichor and have moved an extra 240 feet closer to you. I'm keeping track. I'm also visually showing how close they are, but this range is still way too far to do any attacks. They'd need some serious, decent magic to bring themselves from here to here in a single turn, like. Speaking of which...
I was on mute. I was asking how far they are because I can't. Oh, way back there. Oh.
Yep. They
I was
are
gonna say I can't see them at all. Like
at the furthest, 1,500
Yeah, I
at
had
the
to move
closest.
the screen.
Yeah, I got that parallax background. It's a big one.
oh, okay, so they're still like over. They're still over 1,000 feet away.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Does does anyone have like a container or a jar?
How big do you need?
You have so many empty bottles.
Yeah. We have healing potions, right?
Healing potions, we're drinking alcohol. Yeah, we have jars. How big do you need?
I don't know. Would I know, Alan? Know what I'm trying to do?
Any amount. As near as you could know, any amount.
Okay.
Just screaming for Dago to bring a bottle.
Hand slips from a crack below deck holding a bottle.
It's all good. Dago always got your back. Dago always got your back. You take these good.